Hi, my name is Sam and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to make spare ribs in black bean sauce. Okay, so I got about just over 3 pounds, 3.5 pounds of spare ribs that I had the butcher slice up diagonally so that I can cut it a little bit easier. So I'm just cutting into little square pieces. The bone is still there. So if you can't get it like this, you just get the long spare ribs like normal and just go ahead and chop them into little pieces. Okay, so like I said, we got about 3.5 to 4 pounds of spare ribs that I had cut into bite-sized pieces, and we're going to go ahead and boil that. So I'm going to put it in a pot of boiling water. And I like to boil it for about half hour or so that it gets nice and tender. Okay, so the pork's been cooking for about 30 minutes now. So we're gonna go ahead and take it out. And I'm gonna strain it. Now, like I said, I got about 3.5 to 4 pounds of the spare ribs. Of course, you can cook half that amount. I cook a lot because I have a lot of people who eat too much. So we'll let that strain. We'll save the juice. Okay, so these are the ingredients we're going to use. Like I said, this is pork spare ribs with black bean sauce. Black bean, you can get them in a jar like I do. And it's already soft and it's soaked in oil and water. And they come a couple of different ways. You can get them dried where you got to take it and soak it yourself, but this is the easiest way. Just get them in a jar where it's already ready to use. Alright, we're going to use about 6 cloves of garlic chopped up real fine, and about the same amount of ginger. And we're going to also use about 2 teaspoons of black bean sauce or black bean, and a 1/4 teaspoon of MSG. If you don't want to use MSG, you don't have to. And we got about 2.5 teaspoons of sugar, and about 2 teaspoons of sesame oil, 2 teaspoons of cornstarch, 2 eggs, some chopped up green onions, and 1 whole yellow onion chopped up. Okay, so in another pan, I'm gonna add some oil, enough to coat the bottom there. Then we're gonna go ahead and toss in our garlic and our ginger. Quick mix around in the oil. And then we're going to go ahead and throw in the chopped onion. Okay, so basically we're just going to sweat the onions. Once the onion starts to get translucent like that, go ahead and put the pork ribs right back in there. And we're going to give it a quick toss. Now we're going to take the broth and put a few ladleful back inside. Depending on how much you have, is of course how much you're going to put in. You just want enough to cover everything really good. You're not making a soup, but at the same time you want it to make a sauce afterwards. So maybe one more. Okay, to that we're going to add the MSG, the sugar, and the black bean. Just add a mix. I didn't put any salt in this dish because I put soy sauce in there as well, and it's looking about what, maybe 3 or 4 teaspoons of soy sauce to taste. Some people, they like to put both soy sauce and salt. Now we're just going to let that cook for a while. Let all the juices soak into the meat for about 15 minutes or so. Okay, so it's been about 10 minutes. I had put the lid on it. Yep, that looks good. Mix that around a little bit. Okay, now at this point, I'm going to go ahead and add our eggs. Mix up just a hair, don't need to go crazy. Spread it out. Now some people, they'll put a cup of dried chili inside because they like it spicy, but I'm cooking for the kids, so we're not going to put any in there. Okay, eggs went in, mix that around a little bit. Okay. And now I'm going to put some cornstarch. We're going to add the cornstarch, and you're going to add some water to the cornstarch, otherwise they'll get lumpy. So we'll go ahead and dissolve cornstarch inside the water. You don't need to put the whole thing. This is to make your gravy thicker, and you'll put in the amount that you feel you want, how thick your gravy is. So you see how it's watery right now, and we're just going to put a little bit in because we don't have as much juice as I thought we would. And just mix that around. We'll let that come back to a boil, because when that boils, that's when you know how thick the sauce is going to be. Okay, we'll add a little bit more. Now we'll go ahead and add the sesame oil. Okay, so we're done. So we're going to go ahead and plate this. Perfect. Put all that juice right on there. And then we'll take the green onions and sprinkle it all over the top. Okay, so now take a couple pieces out for my daughter to taste. Say hi, Anna.
Hi.
Hot. Just like that. Cheese gone. So there you have it. Pork spare ribs in black bean sauce.